أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I start in the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, dear children, dear parents, followers of AhlulBayt alayhimus salam, and to the entire humanity. Dear children, dear parents, today was 25th Muharram, the Shahadat date of Imam Zainul Abidin, or our fourth Imam, Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. You can also call him. I would request all of you to please take wuzu prior to coming and sitting down for the Majlis of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. Please do not waste water. Dear children, dear parents, let's all put our hands together now. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I start in the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Let's all send our salam to Imam Hussain and to his children and to his companion. As-salam ala al-Hussain wa ala Ali ibn al-Hussain wa ala awlad al-Hussain wa ala ashab al-Hussain. Let's all send our salam to Imam Zainul Abidin. As-salam alayka ya Imam Zainul Abidin. A very quick announcement that I would like to make is for the Kahoots, for the quiz tomorrow night, inshallah, we're going to have the same timing as right now. It will be based on the 3 nights that we have covered, including tonight for the Majlis of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. So please do take part tomorrow night. It is a refreshment and to refresh your memory and to memorize and keep it, store in your mind what we have learned about Imam Sajjad throughout these 3 nights. Inshallah, tonight we have with us Burhan Al-Hassan. He is going to start with Tilawat al-Quran. We have Ali Abbas. He's going to recite Dua Imam Zaman alayhi salam. We have Hamza Jafar Abdi from UAE. He is inshallah going to recite Sayf al-Sajjadiyah, the 52 supplication, which is about imploring God, which is about requesting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So then we have Muhammad Jawad. He's inshallah going to recite Noha. We have Aman Abbas Naqvi. He has prepared a speech on the significance and the sacrifice of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. And then we have Muhammad Hamza. He has prepared a Noha. Please recite Salawat for all of these children and for your children, for all the children around the world, the followers of AhlulBayt alayhimus salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. Now I would request Burhan Al-Hassan to please start with Tilawat al-Quran. Please recite salawat for his well-being, for his parents' well-being.
Assalamu alaikum. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. هل أتى على الإنسان حين من الدهر لم يكن شيئا مذكورا إنا خلقنا الإنسان من نطفة أمشاج نبتليه فجعلناه سميعا بصيرا إنا هديناه السبيل إما شاكرا إما كفورا إنا أعتدنا الكافرين سلاسل أغلالا وسعوا إن الأبرار يشربون من كأس كان مزاجها كافورا صدق الله العلي العظيم اللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على رسول الله وآله الأطهار على رسول الله وصحبه الأخيار صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم أجمعين. Jazakallah, mashallah, Burhan Hassan. Beautifully recited. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with you and your parents and help you and guide you that you gain Kamil Iman, inshallah. Jazakallah, mashallah, Burhan. Really nicely recited Tilawat al-Quran. Dear children, dear parents, now we have with us Ali Abbas. Inshallah, he is going to recite Dua Imam Zaman. Let's all recite alongside him and send our salam to the Imam of our time, Imam Mehdi. Imam Mehdi is certainly here tonight with us. He is definitely going to cry tonight. Let's all send our salam to Imam Mehdi alayhi salam. Please recite salawat for the well-being of Ali Abbas and his family. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Ali Abbas and I'm 5 years old. Tonight I'll be reciting Dua Imam Zaman alayhi salam. Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Allahumma kulli waliyaka Hujjatin al-Hasan salawatuka alayhi wa ala abai fi hadhihi sa'a wa fi kulli sa'a waliyan wa hafiza wa qaidan wa nasira ودليلا وأعينا حتى تسكنه أرزك توا وتمتيه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين صلوات اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وجل فرجهم أجمعين.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajmain. Jazakallah, mashallah, Ali Abbas. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with you and your parents. May Imam Mehdi alayhi salam be pleased with you. Beautifully recited Dua Imam Zaman. Mashallah, Jazakallah. Please recite another salawat for the well-being of Ali Abbas and his family. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. Mashallah. Jazakallah. Dear children, dear parents, now we have with us Hamza Jafar Abdi from UAE. Inshallah, he's going to recite the beautiful supplication of Imam Sajjad, the 52 supplication, imploring God, requesting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So keep in mind of your hajats tonight and let's all take part in this beautiful supplication. He's going to start off with the Arabic recitation and then he will then recite the translation because it is such an important recitation that we need to understand the meaning as well. Please recite salawat for the well-being of Hamza Jafar Abdi and his family. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. If I can please request Hamza, just give me a moment.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا الله يا رحمن يا رحيم. يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلبي على دينك. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا الله الذي لا يخفى عليه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء، وكيف يخفى عليك يا إلهي ما أنت خلقته، وكيف لا تحصي ما أنت صنعته، أو كيف يغيب عنك ما أنت تدبره، أو كيف يستطيع أن يهرب منك من لا حياة له إلا برزقك، أو كيف ينجو منك من لا مذهب له في غير ملكك. سبحانك أخشى خلقك لك أعلمهم بك وأقبعهم لك أعملهم بطاعتك وأهوانهم عليك من أنت ترزقه وهو يعبد غيرك. سبحانك لا ينقص سلطانك من أشرك بك وكذب رسولك، وليس يستطيع من كره قضاءك أن يرد أمرك، ولا يمتنع منك من كذب بقرتك، ولا يفوتك من عبد غيرك، ولا يعمر في الدنيا من كره لقاءك. سبحانك ما أعظم شانك وأقهر سلطانك وأشد قوتك وأنفذ أمرك. سبحانك قضيت على جميع خلقك الموت من وحدك ومن كفر بك، وكل ذائق الموت وكل صائر إليك، فتباركت وتعاليت لا إله إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك. آمنت بك وصدقت رسولك وقبلت كتابك وكفرت بكل معبود غيرك، وبرئت ممن عبدك سواك. اللهم إني أصبح وأمسي مستقلا لعمل، معترفا بذنبه مقرا بخطاياي. أنا بإسرافي على نفسي ذليل، عملي أهلكني وهواي أرداني وشهواتي حرمتني. فأسألك يا مولاي سؤال من نفسه لاهية لطول لأمله وبدنه غافل لسكون عروقه وقلبه مفتون بكثرة النعم عليه، وفكره قليل لما هو صائر إليه غلب عليه الأمل وفتنته الهوى واستمكنت منه الدنيا وأضله الأجل سؤال من استكثر ذنوبه واعترف بخطيئته سؤال من لا رب له غيرك ولا ولي له دونك ولا منقذ له منك ولا ملجأ له منك إلا إليك إلهي أسألك بحقك الواجب على جميع خلقك وباسمك العظيم الذي أمرت رسولك أن يسبحك به وبجلال وجهك الكريم الذي لا يبلى ولا يتغير ولا يحول ولا يفنى أن تصلي على محمد وآل محمد وأن تغنيني عن كل شيء بعبادتك وأن تسلي نفسي عن الدنيا بمخافتك وأن تثنيني بالكثير من كرامتك برحمتك فإليك أفر ومنك أخاف وبك أستغيث وإياك أرجو ولك أدعو وإليك ألجأ وبك أتق وإياك أستعين وبك أؤمن وعليك توكل وعلى جودك وكرمك أتقل صلوات على محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Now I am going to recite the translation of 52 supplication of Sahifa Sajjada. O God, from whom nothing is concealed in earth or heaven, how should what you have created, my God, be concealed from you? How should you not number what you have made? How should what you govern be absent from you? How should one who has no life except through your provision have the ability to flee from you? How should one who has no role except in your kingdom escape from you? Glory be to you. He among your creature who fears you most knows you best. He among them most bent in humility is most active in obeying you, and he among them whom you provide while he worships another is most contemptible before you. Glory be to you. He who associates others with you and denies your messengers diminishes not your authority. He who dislikes your decree cannot reject your command. He who denies your power keeps himself not away from you. He who worships other than you escapes you not. He who dislikes meeting you will not be given endless life in this world. Glory be to you. How mighty is your station, overpowering your authority, intense your strength, penetrating your command. Glory be to you. You have decreed death for all your creatures, both him who professes your unity and him who disbelieves in you. Each one will taste death. Each one will come home to you. Blessed art you and high exalted. There is no God but you. You alone who has no associate. I have faith in you. I attest to your messengers. I accept your book. I disbelieve in every object of worship other than you. I am quit of anyone who worships another. O God, I rise in the morning and enter the evening, making little of my good works, confessing my sins, admitting my offenses. I am abased because of my prodigality against myself. My works have destroyed me, my caprice has ruined me, my passions have deprived me. So I ask you, my master, the asking of him whose soul is diverted by his drawn out expectations, whose body is heedless because of the stillness of his veins, whose heart is entranced by the multitude of favors done for him, whose reflection is little concerning that to which he is coming home, the asking of him whom false expectation has overcome, caprice has entranced, and this world has mastered, and over whom death has cast its shadow, the asking of him who makes much of his sins and confesses his offense, the asking of him who has no Lord but you, no friend besides you, no one to deliver him from you, and no asylum from you except in you. My God, I ask you by your right incumbent upon all your creatures, by your mighty name with which you commanded your messenger to glorify you, and by the majesty of your generous face, which ages not, nor changes, nor alters, nor passes away, that you bless Muhammad and the household of Muhammad, that you freed me from need for all things through worshipping you, that you distractest my soul from this world through fear of you, and that you turn me back toward your abundant generosity through your mercy. To you I flee, to you I fear, from you I seek aid, in you I hope, you I supplicate, in you I seek asylum, in you I trust, from you I ask help, in you I have faith, in you I have placed my confidence, and upon your munificence and your generosity I rely. Thank you for listening. Jazakallah. इल्तिमास दुआ खुशनूदी इमाम ज़माना एक आवाज़ से बुलंद सलावत. अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मद व आलि मुहम्मद व अज्जिल फरजहम.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين. Jazakallah, mashallah, Hamza Jafar Abdi. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with your effort tonight. Beautifully recited. May Imam Sajjad alayhi salam be pleased with you. This is such a powerful supplication. I know some of the wordings are hard for children to understand, but dear children, let's all make this a habit that we all each day recite one supplication from this beautiful collection of supplication of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. MashaAllah, please recite another salawat for the well-being of Hamza Jafar Abdi, for his family's well-being. May you be among the companions of Imam Mehdi alayhi salam. MashaAllah, Jazakallah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. Dear children, dear parents, now we have with us Muhammad Jawad. He has prepared Noha. Please recite salawat for his well-being, for his family's well-being. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in.
Assalamu alaikum.
رات نہ ڈلنا کہ اجڑ جائے گی زینب، بھائی سے دم صبح بچھڑ جائے گی زینب، سونے دے سکینہ کو کہ پھر سو نہ سکے گی، رونا بھی جو چاہے گی تو پھر رو نہ سکے گی، اصغر سے ملاقات تو پھر ہو نہ سکے گی، اے رات نہ ڈلنا کہ اجڑ جائے گی زینب، گھبرائے ہوئے لال ہے سہمی ہوئی مائیں، جی بھر کے میں دے دوں علی اکبر کو دعائیں، لینا ہے ابھی اون محمد کی بلائیں، اے رات نہ ڈلنا کہ اجڑ جائے گی زینب، اے رات بکھر جا تیرے بس میں ہے جہاں تک، مٹ جائے گی کل آلے پیمبر کی نشاں تک، باقی ہے یہ منظر علی اکبر کی رضا تک، اے رات نہ ڈلنا کہ اجڑ جائے گی زینب، اے رات بکھر جا تیرے بس میں ہے جہاں تک، مٹ جائیں گے کلالے پیمبر کی نشاں تک، باقی ہے یہ منظر علی اکبر کی عزا تک، اے رات نہ ڈلنا کہ اجڑ جائے گی زینب، ہر چاند سے بچوں کی ابھی پیاس ہے باقی، کچھ آنکھ میں حسرت ہے تو کچھ آس ہے باقی، لیکن میرا بھائی میرا عباس ہے باقی، اے رات نہ ڈلنا کہ اجڑ جائے گی زینب، باقی ہے ابھی آلے محمد کا سفینہ، بیٹی کے سلانے میں ہے شبیر کا سینہ، جھولا لے اصغر का झुलाती है सकीना। ए रात न डरना के उजड़ जाएगी ज़ैनब। कल कौन सुनेगा ये मेरी आहों बुका भी, होगा तहे खंजर मेरे भाई का गला भी। हैमातों को जा सर पे ना होगी ये रिदा भी। ऐ रात न डरना के उजड़ जाएगी ज़ैनब। ऐ रात घड़ी पर को तू रहने दे सुकून में, गिर जाएगे नासिर मेरे आदा की सफ़ों में। ये चांद से चेहरे तो नहा जाएंगे खून में। ऐ रात न डरना के उजड़ जाएंगे ज़ैनब। सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि मुहम्मद, अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मद व आलि मुहम्मद।
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين. Jazakallah, mashallah, Muhammad Jawad. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with you. May Bibi Zainab salamullah alayha be pleased with you. May you be among the companions of the Imam of our time, Imam Mehdi alayhi salam. Beautifully recited, mashallah. Please recite another salawat for the well-being of Muhammad Jawad and his family. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. Mashallah, Jazakallah Muhammad Jawad. Dear children, dear parents, now we have with us Sayyid Aman Abbas. He has prepared a speech for Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. Please recite salawat for his well-being, for his parents and his family's well-being. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in.
Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we are here to remember both Imam Ali ibn Hussain alayhi salam's life after the Battle of Karbala. He was born in Medina on 5th of Shaban 38 Hijri. His father was Imam Hussain alayhi salam and his mother was Shahadat, who was the daughter of the king of Iran, Yazid bin Shia Youth. Imam Sajjad alayhi salam was brought up with the three imams. His grandfather, Imam Ali alayhi salam, his uncle, Imam Hussain alayhi salam, and his father, Imam Hussain alayhi salam. He was the most meritorious of the best of Allah's creatures. He was the best in ilm and amal. When Imam Hussain alayhi salam left for Medina in 60 Hijri,
Sorry,
his family.
Abbas, Sayyid Abbas, I am really sorry. I am jumping in between of your speech. It's just a little bit of technical problem. We are not able to hear your voice properly, and this is a very important speech you have done tonight, and I really want everybody to hear this properly. So just give me a few more minutes. I'm gonna, if you can, just give me a moment. I'm gonna have Muhammad Hamza do his Noha, and then I'm gonna get you to do your speech. I do apologize. Yeah, just give me a moment. If I can request everyone to recite salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. We have now with us Muhammad Hamza. So inshallah he has prepared Noha. We're going to listen to him first. And then inshallah we're going to hear Sayyid Aman Abbas next. Please recite salawat for the well-being of Muhammad Hamza and his family. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. Sorry, Muhammad Hamza, we are not able to hear you. Can you say something, Muhammad Hamza? Do you want to say something? Do you want to start off? Yeah. No, sorry, we cannot hear you at all. So what I'm gonna do is, if I can request you to take off your earphones and just do it without the earphones. Okay. I'll give you guys a few more minutes. If I can please get everybody to recite salawat, that would be great. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين. Just before we get the chance to hear Said Aman Abbas and Muhammad Hamza, I am very quickly going to tell you guys about the work of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. We have been hearing about the supplication, the Sahif Sajjad, one of the best work of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. But we also need to know and understand the treaties of rights, Risalat al-Huquq, a very important work of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. In treaties of right, this is about the rights of your parents, the rights of relationship, the different relationships in the world. There is, your neighbors has certain rights on you, your parents have rights, your children have rights on you, your siblings have right, and often what's the right on and often on you. So the country you're living in, you have to follow by the rules. So there's a lot of emphasis on the different relationships and the rights that each person has on you. This is really important if you want to live your life according to AhlulBayt alayhimus salam. It's important that you guys follow and apply Risalat al-Huquq in your daily lives. Now, there's in many countries they have their human rights charter, and it's not wrong if I say that those charters, those human rights commandments that have come into place now, that we know different legislation, different laws of the country, those goes back all the way to the time of Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam. It goes to his time, and that's when it started, the treaties of rights. So really important thing that I want you guys to understand and try to read upon this. The website alislam.org is a really good website for you to get your hands on. Now, before we go and listen to the two participants tonight, I am going to explain that kazschool has created so many different infographics of different religious topics, and one of the topics they have created in a very creative and easy to understand format is infographics. So Risalat al-Huquq, the treaties of right, they have created this infographic. You guys can get hold of this if you get in touch with kazschool team. They have the rights of our body parts. Each of our body parts has certain rights on us, and on the day of judgment, each of our limbs, each of our body part is going to testify, is going to talk and tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala what exactly we did. So the same way, they have created an infographic on the rights of relationships, which is really important to understand. In a very simple and easy format, they have created this. So inshallah, right now, we are going back to Sayyid Aman Abbas to hear him and his speech. Please recite salawat, so inshallah, we don't have any technical problems, and the message of Imam Sajjad gets delivered to each and every one of you. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are here to remember our fourth Imam, Imam Ali ibn Hussain life. He was born on 5th of Shaban 38 Hijri. His father was Imam Hussain and his mother was Shahzadan, who was the daughter of the king of Iran, Yazid bin Shia Youth. Imam Sajjad was brought up under three Imams: his grandfather, Imam Ali, his uncle, Imam Hussain, and his father, Imam Hussain. He was the most meritorious of the best of his teachers. He was the best in ilm and amal. When Imam Hussain went from Medina in 60 Hijri with his family, Imam Zainul was 22 years old. As he had a raging fever, he could not participate in the jihad on Ashura. Maybe this was Allah's way to save the life of a as all the other male family were not here. Only Imam Zainal Abidin and his younger son, Imam Bakir alayhi salam, the first order issued by him was on Sham-e Ghariba when the tents of the ladies were set on fire by their enemies. From that moment onwards, Imam Sajjad an imaginable hardship was physically. He was chained with manacles on his neck, hands, and feet. He was to run barefoot on the burning sun. He was gripped. He was not given food, water, or medicines in spite of his illness. Yet he never complained. He continued to thank Allah, so we call him Sajjad, which means the leader of those who prostrate before Allah. His devotion to Allah and prayers 1,000 rakats of salat every day earned him the title of Mahdi, which means the glory of the worship. Imam Sajjad and Sayyidina Zainab had the important task of telling the people that Yazid was an unjust ruler who had ordered the murder of Imam Hussain the grandson of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Battle of Karbala, victory of truth over falsehood because of the courage of Imam Ali ibn Hussain and Sayyidina Zainab. In heavy chains, Imam Zainal Abidin and the honorable ladies of the family were taken to Kufa and Damascus for the battle of. There they were taken to court to stand before the wicked king and his companions to answer questions. The Imam spoke, bravely exposing Yazid's crime. He told the people that they were a family of rebels. When Imam was giving a sermon in Yazid's court and telling the truth to everyone, Yazid was shaken and feared that the people would be. He therefore had sent Imam Sajjad and his companions to prison. After his return in Medina, the Imam spent his life teaching the Quran and explaining Islam. The collection of his du'as is known as Sahih Sajjad. It contains prayers for people who are in trouble. Imam had a unique way of asking for Allah's help. This book is a great spiritual guide for Muslims. Imam Sajjad would never dare to see people in pain. So every night he would go to deliver food to the poor without disclosing his identity. People only came to know this after his death. He freed many slaves and never let any beggar go empty-handed from his door. He was very kindly and merciful. Though Imam Zainal Abidin led a secluded life in Medina, the rulers were afraid of his popularity and feared that this would cause the people rebel against him. They therefore wanted to get rid of him. So, at the orders of Walid bin Abdul Malik, Imam Zainal Abidin he died on 25th Muharram 95 Hijri. He was buried in Medina in Jannatul Baqi where his Imam there is Abdul Imam Hussain Imam Zainal is a beacon to those who are living in tyranny and calamities. His patience and perseverance still reminds us how we can be victorious. Salwa. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم أجمعين. Jazakallah, mashallah, Sayyid Aman Abbas Naqvi. Really nicely recited. A very important speech you have delivered tonight. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with you. Important message, dear children. Not sure if you heard him correctly, properly, I should say, but Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. So Sayyid Aman explained the sacrifice of Imam Sajjad in such a great manner tonight. MashaAllah, really nicely explained that one must maintain patience in the time of hardship. Really important message of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. Jazakallah, MashaAllah, Sayyid Aman Abbas. MashaAllah. Please recite another salawat for the well-being of Sayyid Aman Abbas and his family. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. Dear children, dear parents, now we have with us Muhammad Hamza. Inshallah, we get to hear his recitation of Anoha. Please recite salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सुन के हल्म की सदा छूले से एक महलका दे रहा है ये सदा لبیک یا شاہ خدا. پھر سجے کربو بلا، پھر ہو سرتن سے جدا. پھر سجے کربو بلا، پھر ہو سرتن سے جدا. پھر فدا ہوں، پھر فدا ہو صدا کا حق ادا. قافلہ جس دم چلا، ایک نانا سا گلا. نیز سے کہتا رہا لبیک یا شاہ خدا. سن کے حلم کی صدا، چھول سے ایک محل کا دے رہا ہے یہ صدا. لبیک یا شاہ خدا. اس کو کیا جانے ادو، کون ہوں میں کون تو. اس کو کیا جانے ادو، کون ہوں میں کون تو. تو صدا ہے میں گلو، جو بہے میرا لہو. پھینکنا مت عرش پر، پھینکنا مت فرش پر. خون ہے نہ حق میرا، لبیک یا شاہ خدا. سن کے حلم کی صدا، چھول سے ایک محل کا دے رہا ہے یہ صدا. لبیک یا شاہ خدا. قطع ہوتا ہے کلام، دو میرا بابا سلام. قطع ہوتا ہے کلام، لو میرا بابا سلام. جا رہا ہوں تشنکام، ہو گئی حجت تمام. اس طرف پھینکا چلا، اس طرف دیے صدا. بچ گیا دین خدا، لبیک یا شاہ خدا. سن کے حلم کی صدا، چھول سے ایک محل کا دے رہا ہے یہ صدا. لبیک یا شاہ خدا. عرش سارا ہل گیا، گونجی اثر کی صدا. عرش سارا ہل گیا، گونجی اثر کی صدا. عصر کا وقت آ گیا، باپ تنہا ہے میرا. دو خدا والوں صدا، عرش والو دو صدا. فرش والو دو صدا، لبیک یا شاہ خدا. سن کے حلم کی صدا، چھول سے ایک محل کا دے رہا ہے یہ صدا. لبیک یا شاہ خدا.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم أجمعين. Jazakallah, mashallah, Muhammad Hamza, beautifully recited. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with you and your family. May Imam Sajjad be pleased with you and accept your effort tonight in its complete manner. May you be among the companions of Imam Mehdi alayhi salam. Mashallah, Jazakallah, Muhammad Hamza. Please recite another salawat for his well-being, for his parents' well-being. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. Dear children, dear parents, now I am going to play a video in regards to Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. Let's all learn about the sacrifice. You have been hearing the 2 nights, inshallah tonight. Let's all put all of those effort together and truly send our salam in the best manner to Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, the way he truly deserves. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. On his return to Medina, he continued to shed tears for Imam Hussain. Not a day passed without the Imam crying in memory of his father in the mosques of Karbala. His followers also joined him as often as they could. The grief of the Imam brought the community together as they remembered the tragedy. The Imam wept for his father near the grave of the Prophet. He also held regular majalis in his own house. Those who attended these sessions would then be served with food in the name of his father, Imam Hussain. Sometimes he would weep so much that he fainted. When water was brought to him, he wept as he recalled the thirst his family suffered in Karbala. He continued to weep till his eyes were sore. He would say, "Why should I not cry when my father was denied the water which was free to the beasts and animals?" When food was placed in front of him, he would weep as he remembered the hunger and thirst on the day of Ashura. The Imam wept when he saw the butcher take a goat for slaughter. He would ask, "Have you given this animal food and water?" The reply would be, "We always do." On hearing this, the Imam would weep, saying, "Ya Hussein, you were killed on the day of Ashura, hungry and thirsty." One day, somebody asked him, "O son of Allah's messenger, how long will you weep like this?" The Imam replied, "O servant of Allah, Prophet Yaqub had 12 sons, but when only one of them, Yusuf, was taken away from him, he wept so much and for so long that his eyes turned white, his head turned grey, and his back was bent. Although his son Yusuf was still alive, I watched my father, my brother, and 17 members of my family being slaughtered all around me. How then can my sorrows come to an end?" Another difficult task before Imam Zain al-Abidin was to announce his imamate publicly. This took the form of a family dispute. Some people claimed that his uncle Muhammad Hanafiya was the imam. It became necessary to remove this misunderstanding. Imam Zain al-Abidin suggested that they go to the black stone, Hajar Aswad of Kaaba, and ask for an answer. Therefore, the imam and his uncle Muhammad Hanafiya decided to go together to Mecca for Hajj. The news spread like wildfire that Ali ibn Hussain and Muhammad Hanafiya wanted the black stone to judge between them. They went up to the Kaaba. The uncle and the nephew slowly advanced towards the black stone. At first, Muhammad Hanafiya addressed the Hajar Aswad, asking it to confirm who the Imam was, but there was no reply. Then Imam Zain al-Abidin prayed to Allah and then asked the Hajar Aswad to declare who the Imam was. There was a tremor in the stone, then a loud and clear voice came from Hajar Aswad. "O Allah, verily, Imama after Hussein ibn Ali is for Zain al-Abidin, Ali ibn al-Hussein, son of Ali ibn Abu Talib and Fatima bint Rasulullah." Muhammad Hanafiya himself publicly accepted Imam Zain al-Abidin as the Imam. He had never himself ever claimed to be the Imam. He had come to the Kaaba only to let the people see who the real Imam was. Safiya Kamila is also known as Safiya Sajjadiya. It is a wonderful collection of du'as taught by Imam Zain al-Abidin. These were written down by his 2 sons, Muhammad and Zaid. It shows us how to pray to Allah for all our needs. But it is much more than a book of prayer. The Imam lived at a time when he could not openly teach people about Islam, so he used du'as through which he could teach people about Islam. He used to go to the mosque of the Prophet and sometimes prayed there all night. The du'as were used by him to guide Muslims towards Allah's message. With the help of these du'as, Imam Zain al-Abidin taught Muslims not only how to pray to Allah, but also what Islam is. The du'as teach us about Allah, the Prophet, and the AhlulBayt. It guides us to the kind of life we should lead. So beautiful are the du'as that some describe the book as the Psalms of Islam. The du'as taught by our Imam bring comfort to us when we face problems. They teach us to be patient and guide us to keep faith in Allah's mercy. The Imam has also taught us how to live our life according to the teachings of Islam. For example, in a dua for parents, he says, "O Allah, let me fear my parents and let me be kind to them. Make me enjoy obeying them. Make me prefer their wishes above my wishes. O Lord, make me speak softly to them and make my heart kind towards them. O Lord, reward them for bringing me up and take care of them as they took care of me when I was an infant. The Imam also wrote the Risalatul Haqooq, Treatise of Rights, and in this wonderful document are a list of 51 rights. For example, the Imam said, the right of hearing is to keep it pure from listening to backbiting and listening to that which is unlawful to listen. There is no strength save in Allah. Through his words and teachings found in the Safiya Kamila, we can see the Imam's perfect faith, his vast knowledge, and pure character. The Imam regularly visited the poor and the sick and provided for them without their knowledge. In the darkness of the night, he would carry on his back bags of bread and food, cover his face so that no one could recognize him, and go from door to door with the needy and serve them food. No one realized that this person was Imam Zainul Abidin until his death. He was patient and forgiving. Once a slave girl, while serving him, dropped on him a heavy jug of water and cut his face. She said to him, Allah the Most High says, those who control their anger. Before she could complete this verse of the Quran, he said, I've controlled my anger. She continued, saying, and those who forgive the people. He replied, may Allah forgive you. She went on saying, Allah loves those who do good. He replied, go, you are a free person in the presence of Allah, the High, the Mighty. A person once spoke very harshly to the Imam and wrongly blamed the Imam for things he had never done. The Imam listened quietly, and without answering him, the man got tired and went away. The Imam went with his followers to the man's house. On his way, the Imam started reciting the Quran. Those who control their anger and forgive the people. Allah loves those who do good. His companions immediately knew that the Imam would forgive the person. The person was sure that the Imam had come to punish him. However, the Imam addressed him very gently, saying, brother, you said things about me. If truly I have those faults, then I pray to Allah to forgive me. If, however, I do not have those faults, I pray to Allah to forgive you. The man was put to shame. He said, you are free from all those faults. May Allah forgive me for making those false claims against you. The Imam's patience changed the man's attitude, realized his mistake. The Imam's purity made him popular with the people. He was getting old and weak, but people loved him. Walid, the Umayyad ruler, was full of spite and made up his mind to kill the Imam. I cannot rest as long as Ali ibn Hussain is in this world, he said. He sent poison to his governor of Medina and ordered him to give it to the Imam. When poison was given to Imam Zainul Abidin, he suffered severe pain. He became very ill. His wife Hazrat Fatima bint Hassan was with him. When people came to visit him, he told them that they must follow his son, Imam Muhammad Baqir, who was to be the next Imam. He turned to Imam Muhammad Baqir and told him to take special care of the camel that he used for Hajj for 20 years, yet had never whipped it. He knew the animal would feel his loss. He told them to set it free and let it do what it pleases. The poison took effect, and the Imam then fainted 3 times. When he woke up, he recited Surah Fatiha and verses of the Holy Quran. Then his soul went to his Creator. It was the 25th day of Muharram, 95 AH. At the time of his martyrdom, the Imam was 57 years old. He was buried in the graveyard of Jannatul Baqi in Medina, next to his uncle Imam Hussain. The camel belonging to the Imam was set free. It went straight to the grave of the Imam and started shedding tears. It remained in this condition till it died. The Imam's grave, which had a dome over it, was destroyed in 1926 by the Wahhabis in Saudi Arabia. Muslims who go to Medina cannot help but cry when they see the poor condition in which the grave of the Imam is today. We pray that it is restored to its glory soon.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم أجمعين. MashaAllah. Jazakallah, Sayyidah Hania Naqvi. Please recite another salawat for the efforts Sayyidah Hania Naqvi puts in the Majlis of AhlulBayt alayhim assalam for all of you to learn about what took place in their lives. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم أجمعين. Dear children, dear parents, if I can please request you now to keep your head down, and tonight may Allah help each and every one of us. Oh yeah, Allah, please help me. Please help me. I honestly don't know how I'm going to do the masayib of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam tonight. Please help me, oh Allah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alayka ya Rasulallah. Assalamu alayka ya Imam Ali. Assalamu alayki ya Bibi Fatima Zahra. Assalamu alayka ya Imam Hussain. Assalamu alayki ya Bibi Sherbano. Assalamu alayka ya Imam Sajjad. Dear children, so far you have heard about the masayib of Imam Sajjad in terms of his pain at Karbala, his non-stop struggle at Kufa and Sham. You heard about the restriction that Imam Sajjad had to face in terms of proving his imamat publicly. You have heard about his constant effort in uniting the Shias. You have by now become familiar with the book of Imam Sajjad, the famous supplication, the book Sahifa Sajjadiya. Dear children, many people think the best way to save Islam is through jihad, through fighting and war. No, dear children, this is wrong and a complete misunderstanding. Please do not get this idea that the Battle of Karbala was about fighting. No, dear children, the tragedy of Karbala was standing up to oppression and speaking for the truth. One of the main reasons why Imam Hussain brought his family along was to show the people that he isn't here to fight. If someone goes to a battle, to war or a fight, they don't take alongside their family to suffer or to be harmed. Remember, the enemies were the first one to attack Imam Hussain. If Imam Hussain was there to attack, then he would not have given water to the enemies at the start. So a big message, a big lesson we all need to understand is that Islam is not a religion of war or fighting. Yes, when it is the last option, when you have to defend, then yes, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did allow. But always remember that you should never be the first one to start a fight. Dear children, now Imam Sajjad had to fulfill his obligation, and it was not through any fight or battle. Imam Sajjad selected the form of dua, invocation for this purpose. He recorded his dua in a book form and asked his two sons to make copies of the book. Do you know the beauty of this supplication? Do you know it isn't just about your prayer to Allah, you asking your wishes from Allah or your munajat? Dear children, there are so many hidden secrets in these supplications. These supplications are treasures of Islamic knowledge. Please get used to the habit of reciting Sahifa Sajjadiya with translation. Each time you will discover something extraordinary. Dear children, there is two main approaches I want all of you to understand about Sahifa Sajjadiya. Firstly, it is a dua for us to seek knowledge and guidance so we keep away from sins and evil things. We ask for forgiveness and get closeness to Allah. Now, if you pay close attention to the structure of the dua, you will come to understand that in this dua, we begin to understand how exactly we should best reach out to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At the start of the dua, it mostly starts off with the phrase of Allah. We start by saying how merciful our Lord is. Then we don't just jump straight into our hajat or our wish, but we begin to identify our faults before asking. This is so important, dear children. Allah wants us to recognize our mistakes, our faults, before we ask Him for His help. This is a strong emphasis on self-reflection. We all need to know our mistakes, our weaknesses, and try to solve them alongside Allah's help. We can't just say, oh Allah, get me out of this problem, but we don't do anything ourselves That's not the way it works. We have to try to change ourselves, and then we ask for Allah's help. Allah is showing us the best way to do self-purification is to know our inner self and our faults. Dear children, there's two parts to our du'as. This is really important. Please listen carefully. One part is to stay away from wrong acts. So we pray and ask Allah to help us stay away from evil things. Another part is trying to be the best we could be. So we ask Allah to help us get good characteristics so we get self-purification. Pay close attention every time when you are making dua to Allah. Are you asking Allah for His help to give you something that will uplift your personality? Or are you asking help from Allah so you stay away from sins? This is two different things, dear children, dear parents. We need to always pray for both of these. Now, why do we always say in our dua, "Oh Allah, bless Muhammad and his household"? Why can't we just directly ask Allah for our wish? So, dear children, we all know that Prophet Muhammad and his household is the best worshipper of Allah and the closest to him. There is so many tiny little mistakes in our dua. The way we ask Allah might be wrong or little disrespectful. That is why we always ask Allah for help through the intercession, through the household of Prophet Muhammad. So there is any mistake or flaws in our asking, then Prophet Muhammad will help us, and that way Allah will give us the best. So make sure you always recite salawat with respect and with your heart. Dear children, now let's take our hearts to the final moments of Imam Sajjad. Imam Muhammad Baqir, as you know, was present at Karbala. His entire life, he saw his father, Imam Sajjad, cry. In his last moment, Imam Sajjad shares his will with his sons. He declares and selects Imam Muhammad Baqir as the next Imam after him. It is now 34 years after the tragedy of Karbala. Oh, Imam Sajjad, forgive me if I am wrong. These are my feelings. My heart is telling me that due to the fact that you could not fight at Karbala in the month of Muharram, every year of your life when this month came, your heart was at its peak of pain and suffering. Forgive me, Allah, if I am wrong. But due to this constant pain, Allah, you gave him the blessing of Shahadat in the same month as as Imam Hussain, the same month as the brothers of Imam Sajjad. Oh, Imam Sajjad, we also want to gain Shahadat in this month of Muharram. Dear children, remember how I said that an Imam buries another Imam? So now Imam Muhammad Baqir had the responsibility of the burial process of Imam Sajjad. Forgive me, O Imam Sajjad and Imam Baqir, but I am not capable of saying or describing the marks and the scars on your body that was left from the chains after 34 years. The marks from you carrying the bags of food to the orphans. I have no right to describe that moment. Oh, Imam Baqir, we are sorry. How hard it must have been for you to see the suffering of your father from the start and even in his final moments. Dear children, it is really important to know what the final will, the final words of Imam Sajjad was to his son. Imam Sajjad said to Imam Baqir, "Oh my son, I am advising you of the same thing that my father Imam Hussain advised me in his will when he was approaching death, and the same thing that his father Imam Ali advised him. Let's all listen to what this is, dear children, dear parents. Try to imagine this moment of Imam Hussain sitting next to the ill bed of his son at Karbala and saying it, and then saying his final Khuda Hafiz. Now Imam Sajjad is next to his son Imam Baqir and is telling him the same thing. He said, O my son, beware of wronging one who has no helper against you but Allah. I don't know exactly what this means. Forgive me, O Imam Sajjad, if I am wrong in explaining this. O Imam Mehdi, please help me so I explain it and get it across to your followers in the exact manner as Imam Hussain said to Imam Sajjad, and now he said to Imam Baqir. There is surely a message for each and every one of us here. My understanding is that be careful, dear children, dear parents. Be aware, be mindful when you wrong someone, when you go against someone, but they do not have anyone to help them against you except Allah. My heart is telling me, O Imam Sajjad, that at Karbala, the army of Yazid was wronging Imam Hussain, and Imam Hussain did not have help against those big army, except Imam Hussain only had Allah. It makes sense to me why Imam Hussain said, Hal min nasirin yansurna? Is there anyone to help me? O Imam Sajjad, even in your final moments, you remembered the pain of your beloved father, Imam Hussain. Dear children, Imam Ali, Imam Hussain, and Imam Sajjad is advising all of us to be aware, to never oppress anyone who doesn't have the same amount of resources as you. Oh, Imam Hussain, we are sorry. Oh, the beloved father of Imam Sajjad, we know you are here tonight. Please accept our cries tonight. Oh, Imam Hussain, I am sure when the angel of death, Hazrat Israel alayhi salam, came to take the soul of your son away, to take the soul of Imam Sajjad away, you would have also taken permission from Allah and came to greet your son, Imam Sajjad. 34 years of separation of you two has come to an end. Oh, Imam Mehdi, when will your separation end? Oh, Imam Mehdi, when will you come and follow the same path of Imam Hussain and Imam Sajjad? When will we get to meet the Imam of our time? Oh, Imam Mehdi, please, please come, oh, Imam Mehdi. If we are the reason that is stopping your reappearance, if we are doing something wrong that is causing you pain, please forgive us, O Imam Mehdi. Ya Sahib al-Zaman adrikni. Ya Sahib al-Zaman adrikni. Ya Sahib al-Zaman adrikni. May Allah's curse be upon the killer of Imam Sajjad. May Allah's curse be upon the killer of Imam Hussain. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajum ajmain. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajum ajmain. Oh Imam Sajjad, forgive us. Forgive us for the pain you have gone through. Dear children, dear parents, if I can please request you to step away from your phone, from your laptop, stand and do the matam of Imam Sajjad the way Imam Sajjad truly deserves. Oh Allah, forgive me. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajum ajmain. Dear children, dear parents, let's all put our hands together now and say Ilahi Ameen on the following. May Allah accept all your efforts, your cries, and love for Imam Hussain, for Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, for all the AhlulBayt alayhum salam. Ilahi Ameen. May Allah give help to the sick ones through the intercession of Bimar Karbala, through the intercession of the sick one at Karbala, Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. Ilahi Ameen. May Allah give Kamil Iman, complete faith to each and every one of us. Ilahi Ameen. May Allah give us the opportunity to visit all the holy shrines of the Mahsumin, including Imam Sajjad. Ilahi Ameen. May Allah forgive our sins, our mistakes, our shortcomings that is stopping us from seeing the Imam of our time, Imam Mehdi alayhi salam. Ilahi Ameen. May Allah hasten the reappearance of Imam Mehdi. Ilahi Ameen. And until then, may Allah put Imam Mehdi's heart at ease, remove his pain that is caused because of us. Ilahi Ameen. Let's all recite Surah Fatiha and 3 times Surah Tawheed for all the marhumin. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. Oh Allah, please guide us on the right path. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Oh Allah, the path, the ones you have favored, the AhlulBayt alayhim salam, the way you have favored Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. Please help us through their intercession. Please help us. We don't want to be among those who made promise to Imam Hussain and then broke those promise. Imam Mehdi alayhi salam is waiting for us. But there's so many faults in us. We are still too far away from the Imam of our time, Imam Mehdi. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahus samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad, wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahus samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahus samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajmain. Dear children, dear parents, 3 nights you have been attending the Majlis of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. Don't just go away. Make sure tonight, right now, ask for your hajats, for your wishes. Pray for everyone first. Pray for your family. Pray for your parents. Pray for your siblings and then for yourself, dear children. Inshallah, tomorrow night we will have the quiz. Iltimas-e dua, Khuda Hafiz.